What's good, family? My name is Hussein. Welcome. This is the book I am referencing right now. Two things to address before we get into the nutrition. Why go organic versus non-organic? With non-organic, it's been sprayed with pesticides, herbicides, fungicides, rodenticides, chemical fertilizers. All of these things, you do not know what they are, but they do accumulate toxicity within the body, and the body has to detoxify it, and they do lead to diseases, organ failures, neurological problems, psychological problems, physical problems, ailments, bone loss, so on and so on. You've seen the people, where they're wearing the masks and they're like spraying them jet gun things on the plants. Why are they covered up when they're covering our foods with certain kind of shit? You know what I mean? Just use your noggin a little bit. If that shit is poisonous to them, why do we consume them foods? So go organic. If you can't afford it, get a better job. Now the second thing to address is sugar. Everybody loves that good old sugar, right? That sugar rush. We do need sugar. I'm not saying go into ketosis and get fat adapted, right? What I'm saying is you gotta cut down the bullshit, the overconsumption of processed foods, okay? Now here's the side effects of consuming too much sugar. You got kidney disease, you got liver disease, you got atherosclerosis, I don't know what that is. You got heart disease. You got ADD, which is attention deficit disorder. I've had that before. You've got attention deficit hyperactivity disorder. You've got behavior problems. You've got violence tendencies. I can relate with that. That's not a good one. You've got overgrowth of candida, yeast and fungi. That's within your gut. Your gut naturally has that present, but when you kill off most of the good bacteria within there, then you just cause an imbalance and that shit will grow to keep you alive. You've got bone loss, you've got increased risk of cancer, you've got tooth decay, food intolerances, numerous psychological disorders such as schizophrenia, colon cancer, diseases of malnutrition. Now I hope this is enough information to scare you to quit the sugar. No, I'm just kidding. Take your time. If you're consuming a lot of sugar, count the label, guys. If there's one piece of advice which will work better than anything, is count the label. Now that we've covered sugar and organic versus non-organic, this is the book I was talking about, the symptoms and side effects of sugar. This is by Paul Chek. This is a guy who's been in the game for over 30 years. He's worked with professionals, all sorts, athletes, actors, you name it. And then you got this British GP. I recommend this book and that book for you to read in terms of nutrition and just lifestyle factors, because they will help you immensely. Now, here's an overview of what I typically eat. I don't eat all of these things, but they just happen to be in my kitchen right now. So over here we've got carbohydrates, you've got oats, you've got buckwheat, you've got cabbage, broccoli, asparagus, carrots, cucumber, maca powder, onions. Onions are an absolute game changer when you're first changing up your diet. Why? If you add this with some coconut oil, it tastes delicious. Stir fry this, it tastes amazing, and you can add it practically to anything. I personally feel better when I consume more vegetables than I do grains. Whereas if you consume grains and you feel better, by all means go for it. I don't do gluten because that's problematic for me. If you can consume gluten foods, great, consume more of it. Just make sure it's organic. Now, this is great for hydration. This is high in vitamin A, great source of carbohydrates. It's high in sugar, good energy source. High in vitamin C, very filling, very nutritious. High in antioxidants, keeping you young and fresh. This is high in calcium, very good for the bones. It's got high potassium levels as well, same as all the other veggies. Sea salt. Now this is Celtic sea salt and this is Himalayan salt. Salt's very necessary when you consume more vegetables. Why? Because vegetables act as a diuretic, meaning you'll urinate most of the sodium when you consume a lot of veggies, and it is very essential for you to consume salt with it so you can have balanced electrolyte levels. Now that we talked about carbs, essential, how much you need per meal is down to you. For me personally, I could eat a half of this, I could eat a full broccoli, I could eat a full packet of carrots, a full cucumber in a meal, in a sitting, with some salt. and some apple cider vinegar before the meal to acidify my stomach for digestion, because good health starts with good digestion. You need a good stomach. You need good stomach acidity in order to digest the food. Let's talk about protein. Eggs. These are organic eggs. These are balanced omega-3 and 6 levels, very critical for decreasing inflammation, brain, heart health. It's got vitamins A, D, E, and K. Very, very healthy. It's got choline, which helps detoxify the liver. You got tuna. Don't consume too much tuna. It's high in toxins. You can consume it once or twice or 3 times a week at most. This you can consume quite regularly because it's wild caught. It's MSC as well. That's a good thing. Salmon's really healthy for your brain and heart development. It's very good, very, very good. I don't only consume these protein sources. You can have beef, chicken, lamb. I personally don't consume beef because I get headache consuming that. And then we got the fats. Now these are just some fats. This is pumpkin seed oil. That's an omega-3 blend. It's got stuff like hemp, sesame oil, pumpkin oil. It's a good mix of organic oils. Then you have coconut oil, which is excellent for cooking in high heat, and it's nice to add to a lot of dishes. Olive oil, excellent for cleansing the liver and the gallbladder, helps the gallbladder excrete bile, which helps with digestion, and it can prevent gallstones as well. Really cool, right? And then we've got peanut butter, which is high in omega-6, as is olive oil. Now, reason why that's important is omega-6 is very, very inflammatory, whereas this is high in omega-3, which is anti-inflammatory, and eggs have a balanced omega-3 to 6 levels, so that's important to note. And then you've got avocado oil, which everyone knows about the avocado hype. Avocados are really good, and avocado oil is a good way to get fats in. And all you need to know is that a good meal, a healthy meal, will consist of some carbohydrates, some protein sources, and a tablespoon or 2 of fat, and that's all it takes. How much you need on an individual basis will depend on you. I suggest you do some trial and error, see what works for you. How long can you go after a meal? How good do you feel after eating a meal? And always try to get the best quality food you can. Some carbs, some protein, some fats. I hope you found this video informative. Peace.